Good afternoon, everyone. So I already started to film this, and I did my intro and I rolled out a pie crust. So basically today we are making an apple crumb pie. I unfortunately forgot to turn my mic on. It's on now. So it's just the pie crust that was left over from yesterday, and I went ahead and rolled it out and got it into these aluminum, what Amazon called deep dish pie pans. They look more massive than that, but I was able to get it to work. I apologize about the mess up, and yeah, I did get the pie crust in here, and I'm getting ready to go and put it in the refrigerator. But we'll get to making the crumb topping for it and doing the apples. So again, hi, I'm Karen, and this is Grandma's New England Kitchen, where obviously I don't know how to work mics, but we'll get to making the pie. For a Dutch apple pie, it has a crumb topping on it. So that is what we're going to make right now. We'll just go ahead and get that all mixed up. And the first thing it calls for are some rolled oats. And I need 3/4 cup of rolled oats. I am going to roll my oats. These are organic whole oats. And I have this wonderful little Coma Floxino, and I will put some oats down in there, and hopefully you can see that from there, but this is a hand crank one, so I get to do a little bit of a workout. Let me move my chair if I didn't have books covering it. Okay, so it's just basically cranking it and rolling the oats. We do this for oatmeal in the morning too. Tastes so much better. And I get a little workout in the morning or in the evening making a pie. I believe I'm going to be right around 3/4 of. Okay, so this is a 1 cup, so that's a good 3/4 cup. It's a crumb topping. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, and I'm not going to waste that little bit, so I'm going to throw it in there. And then I also need 1/3 cup packed brown sugar. I know I should have measured everything out. I'm sorry. The day before Thanksgiving, you have 50 million things going through your mind. And you're trying to get stuff done. Okay, so it's about 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Mix them together. And this is 1/3 cup. So it needs 1/3 cup of flour. Go ahead and mix that up some. One teaspoon of cinnamon. It's over here. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1/8 of a teaspoon of mace. So, not really. Here's 1/4, so it's going to be half of this. And mace is the outer hull of nutmeg. It smells really good too. It's a little strong. And then the other thing is 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger. So this is the ginger that I ground yesterday. I just need to get the chunks out that are not ground. I just put the last of it and the leftover from yesterday in here. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger. So 1/4 teaspoon ginger. Put those pieces in back here. Okay. So mix that up. Then the next thing that we're going to add is 1/3 of a cup of butter. Let me go and get that, and I will be right back. And actually, I'm going to change this because I just realized you're not seeing any of this. I'm really messing up this entire video. My mind is all over the place, thinking of what I have to get done. So let me fix the camera so you can see what I'm doing, and I'll go get the butter. Be right back. I'm back with the butter, and you can see the bowl. So this is what I mixed up. It's the oats that I did in the flux, and brown sugar, flour, cinnamon, ginger, mace, and now I am going to put in 1/3 of a cup of softened butter, which is almost going to be this whole stick, but that should be about 1/3 of a cup. And then it's just basically mix it up, and technically this works better with your hands. Just mix it all up until it resembles wet crumbles. Sometimes your hands are just your best tools. This is pretty good. I got the butter all incorporated in it, and it's just a bunch of crumbles. So let me go and clean my hands, and then we're going to get to peeling the apples. So I'll be back in a little bit, and I think I need to take my rings off. We are going to go ahead and continue on now. So in this bowl, I do have 1 cup of packed brown sugar. And we are also going to peel our apples. These are Courtlands. And I've used up all of my apples that we went and picked. And now for a Dutch apple pie, my husband prefers chunks of apples, not slices. He actually prefers it in a regular pie. And my apple pie that I did he wasn't too happy that we had chunks. So I'm going to cut up the rest of these apples. You don't need to sit here and watch me peel apples. And then we'll come back to mixing everything in here. So I'll see you in just a little bit. I am back. All the apples are chopped. The pie crust has chilled. So now it's time to finish getting all of this together. So for the apples, the next thing that's going to go down is some lemon juice. So the juice of 1 lemon, no seeds. Okay. And then I need a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I will be honest, I like a little more. So it's up to you. If you want to add a little extra cinnamon, please do if that's what you like. 2 tablespoons of flour. And this is a mixture of clear gel and sugar. So I put 2 tablespoons of this. Now, get it all mixed up. One thing that I do want to add is a pinch of salt into this. When you're doing sweet things, it's always good to have a little pinch of salt. Helps bring out the flavors. And let's get this all mixed up. Try to get everything coated. And let's go ahead and get the massive pie plate. I don't know why they call that a pie plate, but hey, it's going to be nice and big. Try not to make as much of a mess as I am. Get the apples down in. And this was 8 large Courtlands. Let me get back up here. A little runaway apple. Okay, even it out. And you do want to get a couple dabs of butter on it. Don't waste any. And then the crumb topping that we made. Just sprinkle that over the top. Now, my parents were born and raised in Pennsylvania in the Shenandoah area. So to me, I call it a Dutch pie. So to me, this is more of a Pennsylvania Dutch apple pie. There's different versions of doing it, but this is just how I've done it in the past, pretty much all my life. And for these other videos that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to try to record as much of Thanksgiving dinner that I'm prepping that I can, because that is one thing that my kids want. They want to be able to make the meals. And we grew up in a military household, and when we were stationed overseas, I would have military guys who were not able to go home for the holidays, and we have them over at our house. So I'm used to cooking for like an enormous amount of people, and unfortunately I still do that. We don't have too many people coming here tomorrow, but as you're going to see, there's going to be a lot of food. Right now, I'm going to go and get this into the oven. It is set at 375 degrees. I would love to tell you how much time. I will tell you when it comes out. Because I didn't expect these pans to be so thick, I'm just going to eyeball it and see what it does. But I will let you know how long it was in there when it's all done. So I'll be back as soon as it comes out of the oven. The Dutch apple pie is out, and it's very hot. It did sink down some because I did not cook the apples first, but using the clear gel and the flour, it does look like the sauce got very nice and thick. We'll know more tomorrow. So this is going to sit here and cool, and along with everything else that I did for Thanksgiving dinner,